Welcome to Believers Talk with Joe and Steve. We are your hosts. I'm Joe.
I'm Steve.
And in this episode, we want to talk to you about the undrafted free agents. Previous episode, we talked about the draft, right? And everyone's excited about the draft. Well, the draft doesn't just end when the draft ends. So you have all these undrafted free agents. I don't know if you have anything to say about undrafted free agents in general.
Yeah, once the draft ends, there's a lot of players coming out of college that are looking for jobs.
Right.
And then, NFL teams come in and they make offers to certain players that they feel fit their system.
Yep.
And usually the last like 10 or 12 spots on the roster are kind of cycled through a lot of these undrafted guys.
Right.
There's smaller guys, if somebody gets released or signed, something like that, they'll cycle through and then bring in these guys and give it a shot. And
Absolutely.
They come in to compete in rookie minicamp too.
Yeah.
So you have to fill out all the slots because you just can't have one receiver or one quarterback. You have to fill out some slots.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is kind of the stuff that's behind the scenes. A lot of these picks won't be on the team, but as we learned in the past, some of these picks can make teams. And if you know anything about the NFL, some of these undrafted players can turn out to be pretty good. But before we do that, if you have not already, please be sure to subscribe to this channel. We will be giving you all kinds of Bills content, including undrafted free agents, just everything involved Buffalo Bills. So if you're a fan of the Bills, if you're a fan of the NFL, subscribe. But now that we're there, if you wanted to start with some names maybe, then let's go down this list real quick.
Probably the most prominent name on the list is Robert Foster, wide receiver out of Alabama.
Yep.
He was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school and never really lived up to it at Alabama.
Right.
He had, I think in his career, 35 catches.
Okay.
So there's not much there. Last year he had like 14 catches for 174 yards and a touchdown. Not much there.
Yeah, in a place like Alabama, sometimes it's tough because, there's so much talent going to Alabama, you kind of get
lost in the shuffle.
Exactly. So we'll see what we have there. But again, he fills that role.
Yeah, and he knows the ball system, so maybe he can come in and help some of the guys learn it.
Right.
That's an extra bonus.
Yeah, so the next guy from Arizona, his name is a little weird. We did mention this in the last video as well, but offensive tackle from Arizona, Gerard De Beer. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I hope I am. But yeah, Gerard De Beer, the offensive tackle of Arizona, obviously offensive line, someplace we need help.
Yeah. And he's a very athletic guy.
Okay.
He went to Arizona on a track scholarship to throw, I believe, discus.
Okay.
And he never played football before then.
Oh, wow.
So in the past 2 years, he had over 18 starts. And so he's very raw, but he's athletic.
Yeah.
Somebody that, take a flyer on and see if it pans out. Worst case, maybe, or maybe best case for him, he'll make the practice squad this year.
Exactly.
And develop him for another year or two.
Right. And see what happens. Yeah, because like you said, with that raw talent, he can go many different ways. You don't just want to give up on him. You can see what happens there. But so I think we have 22 names.
Yeah.
So we're just total undrafted free agents.
Yeah, undrafted free agents and players they invited into the rookie minicamp to fill those slots like we talked about a little earlier. You got to have a quarterback or two to throw the ball to the receivers or hand it off to running back and stuff like that to have some sort of practice.
Right. So yeah, next on the list would be TCU defensive end Matt Bowson. Something like that. So yeah, defensive end. He played in 25 games in his college career. 58 solo tackles, 17 and a half sacks. That's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
11 and a half sacks last year.
He had a single game last year against Baylor. He had 5.5 sacks.
Oh, wow.
So
that might work out pretty well for us.
That was nice for him.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, so there's some good stats there. So,
It's something like we said. These are all they're taking flyer on these guys. They see something that they like, whether it's athletic ability or whatever. I think with Boson too, he can either play outside linebacker or defensive end. So I don't know which one that he will. I believe he was defensive end at TCU.
Sure, and we all know how much Coach likes versatility, right? So anyone versatile, just come to Buffalo. Well, we'll see what you can do. If you want to go.
Yep. Iowa offensive lineman Ike Boedinger.
Okay. Doctor,
whatever. Very different name.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. He's 6'5", 313.
Okay.
He's going to most likely play guard.
Okay.
Now, he was injured, I believe, at his pro day and the combine, so he didn't do much. But he, like I said, 6'5", 313.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
We need some offensive line help, especially we talked about in a previous episode about next year. Really, the offensive line is going to be rebuilt because everybody's contract is
up. And yeah, I mean, our offensive line, you think it's depleted now, wait till the end of this year, it's going to look even worse. But luckily with our salary cap coming in next year, we should be okay.
Yeah.
Next on the list, Clemson cornerback Ryan Carter, 5'9", 180 from Clemson. He was a co-captain in Clemson from what I see. But yeah, so again, cornerback, something we need depth in, so we can work with that.
Yeah, he's a smaller, undersized guy, but he's very feisty.
Okay.
McDermott likes those guys, so that's, you know.
And that could be good special teams wise too, right? If he's a feisty guy, just wants to get on the field, special teams is someplace we need people too. So
yeah. Another corner that they signed was Levi Wallace out of Alabama. He's 6 foot, 179, so about the same size as Carter.
Yep.
He's another feisty guy. He was a walk-on at Alabama and earned a scholarship,
which has to be hard, right? To walk on to Alabama, that's impressive. So to be able to do that.
And to become a starter after being a walk-on, after they get so many 5-star recruits.
Right, exactly.
It has to say something about his work ethic.
Absolutely. So we enjoy, I mean, I'm sure Coach sees this, but those guys that work hard, see him get on the field, that's pretty cool. Baylor offensive tackle Mo Porter, 6'5", 310, a little bigger guy again, right? So someone who might take up a little bit more of that line space, so we like that, push guys around a little bit.
Penn State kicker, Tyler Davis. I don't see him making the
roster. We got Hauschka, but
usually they bring in a kicker for free agency during preseason to do some other stuff, and you never know, but we got house money, so I don't see that being anything.
Right, and the good news for him is if we do have him in the preseason, like that's tape that he can show other teams, right? Yeah, we have Hauschka. I'm not going to probably move on from him, but he will get a chance, at least at rookie camps, to show what he's made of and get on somewhere else if necessary.
And how many times have you seen teams in the middle of the season go through 2 or 3 kickers?
Right, exactly. And forbid Hauschka does get hurt somehow, he's there. So it's always good to have a backup just in case. Next on the list is UCF defensive end Mike Love. Again, a bigger guy, 6'4", 266. So again, defensive end, that depth we were talking about would help with that.
And then we have offensive lineman out of Auburn, Wilson Bell. He's 6'5", 320. He'll most likely play guard.
Okay.
And then he actually started out at Florida State and transferred into Auburn.
And then probably my favorite guy that we of the undrafted free agents is Virginia Tech wide receiver Cam Phillips. I did a little research on him back even before we ended up free because he was potentially going to be drafted, but he actually had to be out of the combine because he had some sort of surgery. I forget what kind of
sports hernia.
Yeah, sports hernia, something like that. So he didn't get in the combine, might have lost some draft stock there or the combine, and then But you have some information on him too. I didn't know. If
he's a 6 foot, 200 pound wide receiver. He was one of the most successful wide receivers to ever play at Virginia Tech. He had 236 receptions, which ranks #1 all the time for Virginia Tech, and then 3,027 yards, and that's #1 too. And he had 17 touchdowns, so that ranks #6 for Virginia Tech. He's kind of, if you look at him, he's kind of very similar to Stevie as far as he can get off press coverage, and unique route running. But he doesn't have any speed to get downfield. I don't think he can play really any special teams. He's going to have to carve out a niche to make a roster, but maybe you can develop him.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you never know.
I don't see him coming in and taking over right away, but you never know.
Yeah, and even like you said before, if he's on the practice squad for a year or two, get him developed. We all know that even though you and I agree that wide receiver isn't a pressing need, but it's a need that we could have, and we could use depth there.
You can always upgrade any position.
Exactly. So keep him on the practice squad and see what happens, and see how he is with that injury. So
yeah, he's one of these guys that I would think works underneath a little more than getting deep.
Yeah, but yeah, that was probably my favorite name to hear coming out of draft free agent. I don't know if you had anybody else that you wanted to talk about.
Outside linebacker from LSU, Corey Thompson. Coming in, like I say, take a flyer on a guy, try to see athletic guy, so we'll see what happens there.
Texas A&M running back Keith Ford. Some Bills fans are surprised we didn't go running back at some point in the draft. So here we are getting a little younger with McCoy and Ivory there this year. We need to get younger there, but
I think that'd be a pressing need for us next year.
Absolutely. So we'll see what we do there. But luckily, most years the running backs are normally the deeper of the positions that we can pick up. So
getting into some MiniCamp tryouts. So these are guys who haven't really signed with Buffalo.
Okay.
They just get an invite to come to their training camp, and they can work out, and maybe you'll see one or two of these guys get signed, and then one of the guys who we just named will probably get released.
Back. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, these are just taking flyers on guys and to fill out the roster, because they got to have certain positions to be able to have practices. They have a kid out of Shippensburg, quarterback Ryan Ziptricky.
I can't even pronounce it. Tricky or something. Yeah. So
he was about 58 completion percentage, just shy of 3,000 yards last year and 25 TDs.
Okay.
Looks like he's a mobile quarterback. He had close to 400 yards rushing and 7 touchdowns. So
7 touchdowns is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's lower competition. Shippensburg, it's right down the road
from us. Yeah, it's not that far. We could have watched him play if we would have known. But next on the list, another QB is Austin Apodaca. I think they try to make these names hard to pronounce. Can you imagine Goodell trying to say these names undrafted? But yeah, Austin Apodaca, QB.
Yeah, he's from New Mexico.
Okay.
He played there, and I believe he played last year in the CFL.
Okay. Okay. Some pro type experience. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like I say, these two guys, they need to have a quarterback.
Yeah.
And you don't want to have Josh Allen throwing the ball
all the time.
A couple hundred times to go in practice this early. You got to manage his arm.
So these guys, because we're just on a rookie camp here. So obviously, the guys on a depth chart like AJ McCarron, they're not going to be there. So we need guys to fill in those depth positions. Yeah. We have running back from Middle Tennessee, Shane Tucker. Yeah. Which is a lot easier to pronounce. So
and then we got 2 players coming from Chattanooga.
Okay.
One a defensive back, Lucas Webb. I think he's going to play safety.
Okay.
But like I say, he's not really on the roster right now. We'll have to see. And then they have a linebacker, Dale Warren, coming from Chattanooga too.
Houston Baptist cornerback Chris Hardman. Yep. And then we got a little hometown.
Yeah, Buffalo State defensive lineman, Kahil Somerville.
Okay. Yeah. Charlestown, again, kicker, punter, Brett Geens.
And they got a kid out of North Carolina at Pembroke, Mike Keck, defensive tackle. So that's the list of all the guys who they have signed to the roster, and the 9 guys who they've invited to their
camp for a chance.
Yeah, to see what happens and to fill out the holes for camp.
Right. So that's all we wanted to come on here, kind of give you those names. We'll have more videos coming up, but like we said, we will cover all Bill's information. So I know some of this might seem far-fetched and maybe they won't make the team, but you heard the names here first. Yeah. So we just wanted to go over those for you. Didn't know if you had anything you wanted to add.
No, that's it. MiniCamp does start May 11th. I believe it's 11th to the 16th. Okay. So we're a little later. Yeah. There has been some teams that already did their rookie minicamp, but the Bills are a little later this year.
That's okay. That's okay. So again, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, we'll not only have this content, we'll have so much content. If you're a Bills fan, you'll probably go nuts. There'll be so much. But we look forward to giving it to you right here at Believers Talk. So until next time,
go Bills.
Go Bills.